Ladies and gentlemen, Halloween may be over for us, but the horrors and nightmares have only begun for the NBA. Victor Wembanyama, Wemby, the extraterrestrial, or whatever you want to call him, in the eyes of the league is the Slender Man. His combination of size, skills, and killer instinct has shown us something that, quite frankly, we've never seen before. The Wembanyama Rama is what he's been unleashing onto the league, and quite honestly, he's broken basketball. Everything the world's most elite hoopers thought was impossible is unfolding right before their very eyes on a daily basis, and there's nothing they could do about it. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Here's Victor Wembanyama up top with the ball, just about to cross half court. Just what do you think he, at 7'4", is about to do? Well, the answer is, he's about to casually step into a pull-up three. You know, the ability to do things like this is a huge reason why Kevin Durant is widely known as one of the greatest scorers the NBA has ever seen. And yet, being 6 inches taller than KD, Wemby is taking scoring to a whole nother level. Here's another look at his three-point shooting. Here's Wemby up top with the ball again. It's an 8-point ball game with a little over 2 minutes left. A bucket here would seal the deal for the Spurs, and what does Wemby do? He fakes his defender to the right, then takes one dribble going left, and pulls up for the dagger three. Splash, splash, butter, baby. Wembanyama completely outplayed Kevin Durant and Devin Booker en route to 38 points in just his 5th NBA game. Let me repeat that again. Wembanyama completely outplayed Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, 2 elite NBA players, en route to 38 points in just his 5th NBA game. Just for some reference on how crazy that is, let me show you something. Here's a list of some of the greatest scorers in today's NBA. Well, Joel Embiid, the 2-time reigning scoring champion, believe it or not, didn't score 38 or more points until the 12th game of his 2nd season. Luka Doncic, one of the most prolific scorers today, didn't break 38 until his 8th game of his 2nd season. Kyrie Irving also didn't cross that mark until his 2nd season either. Durant was able to beat that mark in his rookie season, but it took him 80 games. And the same is with Steph Curry, the human flamethrower. Then LeBron James, the league leader in points scored in both the regular season and playoffs, didn't score 38 or more points until game 44. And yet, like I said, Wembanyama did it in just his 5th game. Let that sink into your heads a bit, guys. The cherry on top of all this is, it's not like the 38 points weren't impactful or inefficient either. The Spurs needed every one of those 38 points to win the game, especially the ones coming in the clutch. Victor really is breaking basketball. I mean, how is anyone supposed to stop someone who's 7'4" from scoring when he's pulling up in transition and shooting it from practically Steph Curry land? Here's another kicker. It's not just his outrageous shooting that's breaking the NBA either. Check this out. So here's Victor with the ball up top. He fumbles the ball for a brief second, then as he's fumbling, he dribbles twice outside the three-point line, and after he picks up the ball, he takes just 2 steps from outside the perimeter all the way to the basket for a 2-handed dunk. What the heck did we just witness, guys? You know, Giannis is dubbed the Greek Freak because of his ability to get to the rim for dunks, but Wembanyama is literally taking things to a whole nother level. He's out of this world. The media keeps talking about his 8-foot wingspan, but those massively long strides he's able to take because of those long, lengthy legs is also quite the spectacle. I mean, sure, there was Yao Ming, who stood taller at 7'6" and who also had massively long legs, but the thing is, Yao didn't have that type of athleticism and was more a back-to-the-basket type of player.
McGrady, great feed to Yao vision. Wesley to Yao.
The cheat code doesn't stop here either. Wembanyama is the ultimate lob threat. Like, it doesn't matter who he's matched up with. There's a mismatch 97 out of 100 times, and all his teammates got to do is literally throw the ball close to the rim, and he'll guide it home. Like, look at this play here, where Devin Booker found himself guarding Wemby. With an 11-inch height difference, the Spurs were pretty much playing a game of piggy in the middle here, which of course ended up as an easy bucket for Victor. See what I mean by him breaking basketball? When do y'all ever see an 11-inch height difference under the rim? I mean, imagine seeing Trae Young guarding someone like Joel Embiid under the rim. That was pretty much what we just witnessed with Wemby and Booker. Anyway, it doesn't stop there either. Look at this play here as he's being guarded by 6'11" Alperen Şengün. After Victor gets in triple threat position, he takes one dribble, then does a dream shake before pump faking, then fading away for the bucket. Sheesh, guys. How deep is this dude's bag? That type of skill shouldn't be available for someone who's 7'4", guys. It's just too much of a cheat code. And here's where things get scary. If things ended here with his offensive game, he'd already be breaking basketball. But everything I've gone over was only half of the total equation. The NBA wishes I was kidding, but I'm not. You see, just a few short games into his rookie season, Wembanyama is already getting consideration about becoming the Defensive Player of the Year. And it's because of plays like this. Look at Wembanyama here playing help defense. As the ball handler drives into the paint, Victor eventually creeps deep into the painted area, and essentially at this point, the defense has collapsed. With the ball zipped to the weaker side corner, this was supposed to be a wide open three. I mean, in all coaches' playbooks, it is. But Victor Wembanyama, with those long legs and that 8-foot wingspan, has geometrically changed things. And in this play, not only did he get a hand on the ball, but he smacked it as if he were saying, "Get that weak stuff out of here." So, not only has Wembanyama's offense been a complete shock to the league, but his defense has equally been as shocking. Oh, and I don't think I'll ever forget that block he had on Wiggins. Just for a quick FYI, Andrew Wiggins was the second best player on the Warriors when they won the 2022 championship. After the suffocating defense of that Celtics team, Wiggins was still getting buckets after buckets after buckets. But man, in a one-on-one situation, Wembanyama was able to stop him like I've never seen Wiggins get stopped before. And you know what? Remember what Paul George said about him a few months back?
Because I tell people, like, he's elite, hell of a talent. But some of the that I've seen, we're not letting him do that in the NBA.
But you're not just dribbling it through me like the Harlem World.
Exactly.
Well, after seeing him close up and some highlights of what he's been able to do, here's Paul George's take on Wemby now.
To watch him.
I take back everything I said.
Paul George was right to take back what he said. I mean, look at this play here where OG Anunoby tried to be physical with Wembanyama in the paint, only to have a welcome to the NBA moment as a 7-year vet from a rookie. See what I mean by this guy is breaking the NBA? Like, through his first few games, opponents are only scoring 1 out of 12 when he's defending them. And when he's guarding them from beyond the arc, they're 1 of 15. How crazy are those numbers, right? Then against top-tier players like Irving, KD, and PG-13, he's been able to keep these prolific scorers at bay when he was the one guarding them. Victor Wembanyama is breaking basketball. And the scary thing about this all is he's only a 19-year-old rookie. At this stage of his career, he's still making tons of mistakes. And despite him dominating the way he's been dominating, the truth is he's still very raw. Just imagine what he'll be like in another 2 or 3 years as Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs develop him slowly into Slenderman 2.0. I mean, if Luka could be a perennial all-star and all-NBA player by his second year, what is Wembanyama going to become? I think that's a question worth pondering.